Eric Walden. Go ahead.
Hi, Eric Walden, Salt Lake Trooper. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Thank you. So, can you kind of just tell us a little bit about what this pre-draft process has been like for you, number of teams you've worked out for, highs and lows, kind of feedback you've been getting?
I would say it's been fun. It's been great traveling from city to city, being on airplanes and stuff, meeting new people, and just working out for like different organizations in the NBA. This is a dream of mine to be living, so I'm just thankful and grateful to be here. First off, got to give all thanks to God. And the only team I worked out for yet was Denver. I just came from Denver, worked out with the Nuggets. That was great. Had fun. And then Utah, this is my second one. The altitude is crazy, but it feels good.
All right. Do we have any other questions?
I'll ask a quick follow-up. So, Adonis, you've got a really interesting story where you went from not even being on your high school varsity team until your senior year, junior college, Division II, Winthrop, Texas Tech. Like, what does it take, kind of like mentally, to go, to go through those steps, knowing that like you didn't get recruited at all as a high school senior to now trying to make the NBA? How have you got from there to here?
I think it was just the thing I just said before. It's just me believing in God. Like I wear this wristband every day. I got it from one of my friends back in Arizona. It has a heart, like a division sign, the cross, and then a question mark. It's just like I believe in God 100%. So I mean, everybody's story is different, and mine is one of the craziest that I've ever heard. But it's just me believing in God, my family, my mom, my sister believing in me, and then me believing in myself. Like always telling myself, like you're good enough. Like don't worry about it. Your time is coming. I always say in His time because it's not really on me. It's on God. Like to make my path and whoever He wants to see like best fit. Then that's what's for me, and I'm just gonna keep working. So for me, my journey has just been. I mean, do I really want it? It's just determination and ambition. So that's how I just view it.
And just one more question. Obviously, you've had a full college career. You've had a chance to show what you can do. What do you feel like the strengths are to your game, and what are you trying to show NBA teams that you're able to improve upon?
My strength in my game, I would say it's I don't know, probably just the feel of the game. I think I got a pretty good feel of just how to play basketball and just playing the right way. And I mean, I think everybody can improve on everything. So I think my game is still, developing, and I'm still trying to get better at everything. I mean, shooting is probably going to be the hardest thing to get the most progress in, but I think Steph Curry said it like shooting's boring, but he's the greatest shooter of all time. So I got to keep shooting, got to keep working. That's just who I've been my whole life. So I think that's what it is.
All right. I think we're good.
I just wanted to ask you about your defensive role for Georgia Tech. I've read that you've got the ability to kind of switch 1 through 5, and given what a big part of the NBA game that is now, just wondering how you feel your skills there translate to the pro game.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I thrive in a situation where I can move around and kind of slide around the court on different spots. I'm a good soldier. Follow the game plan. I'm able to guard a bunch of different spots. I got good energy. That's been probably my bread and butter is being able to have energy and hustle. Making the extra plays to help us win. My main goal each game is just how we win, and a lot of times it's on defensive end. And I like taking that burden. It's a challenge for me. I want it all. I want to be able to guard the best player, be able to guard the biggest player, the fastest player. So that's just something I take pride in.
All right. Do we have any more questions, or do you want to follow up, Eric?
Yeah, I'll ask another one. So, just looking at your stats, it looks like as a redshirt sophomore, you shot like 20.5% from three, and then as a senior, you were well over. I think you were like 34%. Can you talk to us just about the process of what your improvement from beyond the arc has been like over these few years?
Yeah, I think a lot of it has been just confidence in my shot, and then also, chomping down on some shot selection. Not so much the rushed ones, just shooting the ones that are right for me, shooting the ones that are open, the swings. Because I feel like I'm a pretty efficient finisher, and I get like you said, my redshirt sophomore year, I got in some stints where I would shoot some quick threes or maybe some off the dribble threes when I could have got something better. And I felt like as my game matured and I took my time a little more on offense, my percentage has gotten better, and I feel like it'll continue to progress in that direction.
All right. We'll go ahead and go on to Sarah Todd now.
Do you feel like you're underestimated?
I mean, yeah, I'm from Atlanta. I'm from the South. I got a chip on my shoulder all the time. So, I mean, I've always been underestimated. I wasn't the highest touted kid coming out of middle school, high school, college, whatever. But, I stayed down for a long time to come up in a great way. God's going to shine his light on me at the right time. You feel me? I'm stacking my chips and waiting. I'm holding out. But, yeah, for sure.
And so, I mean, what would you say, like, because I know you got interviews with when you are visiting these teams and stuff, but if you only had one thing to say to them in an interview, why you?
I'm a taker. I'm blue collar. I'm from the country. I put it down in a genuine way. I give energy. I'm a good, high character young man. I'm a winner. You take a chance on Usher, I'm not gonna fail you. I promise you that. That's all I can say.
Okay, Sarah, you good? And move on to Tony. Tony?
When you look at this workout, what do you think that you did well in this workout? What do you think that you could improve in the workout? How did you do in the physical testing, and how did you do in the conditioning and the shooting and the myriad of things that the Jazz put prospects through?
I think I definitely got to show my strengths per usual, being able to show my energy. I got to dive on the floor a couple times. I got to finish hard at the rim. I got to get hard rebounds, use my voice on defense. But then also, at the end, we did our finishing drill where we do a lot of conditioning. They tried to put 34 seconds on me because they had me quoted as a big man. I told them put it back down to 32 with the rest of the guards because I'm not a big man. I do everything. So you're not going to, what I'm saying? I don't need an extra 2 seconds. I appreciate the courtesy, though.
All right, any more questions? All good? All right, cool. Thank you, Jordan.
Appreciate you.
Question. Eric, go ahead.
Hey, Lucas. Eric Walden from the Salt Lake Tribune. Nice to meet you.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, thank you. Nice to speak with you. Thanks for your time. So just tell us a little bit about what this pre-draft process has been like. Obviously you had the 5-year career at Loyola, a lot of growth to your game over those years. What have teams been looking to see from you to this point?
Yeah. Well, to answer your first question first, this is a journey. This is a dream. I'm here at the Utah Jazz right now, so I'm just enjoying every step of the process. In terms of what teams are looking for me, is pretty much kind of the same. I've been a defensive-minded guy my whole career, so it's just translating that to the pro level. And then offensively, a lot of teams talked about me being more of a point guard, which is a transition that I'm willing to make. And then once again, trying to facilitate that two-way, become a two-way player, somebody that can guard on defense and then make plays offensively.
Eric, you have another one? Or Ben? Eric?
Yeah, Lucas, I'll ask you a question. So looking at every draft kind of looks at somebody who's in the league right now and they say, hey, we want to draft that guy. There's kind of like a fad of somebody to draft. Is there a player who you see in the NBA or maybe somebody in the finals right now who you're saying hey, that's why teams are looking at me, or hey, that's a guy who I kind of emulate in the modern league?
Yeah. In terms of teams like this that have high culture, that are about the right things, that their values match my values, which at the end of the day, winning takes precedent over everything. In terms of players that I model my game after, guys like Marcus Smart, Alex Caruso, Drew Holiday, defensive-minded guards that are two-way players that can make plays offensively, but will get in you defensively.
Eric, go ahead.
I'm just kind of curious about how the workouts, specifically the Jazz, went, in terms of what they kind of run you through, what they're looking to, the processes of what they're trying to kind of gauge from you.
Number one is the altitude, man. Listen, I'm a Midwest guy. There's no mountains where I'm from, so this altitude is different. So just playing through a little bit of adversity like that. But other than that, it was nothing crazy. Played 1-on-1, played 3-on-3, just like all my other workouts. Then finished with some shooting. And then at the end, they did a full court 6 layup drill in 32 seconds. Kind of just like an energy finisher type drill.
Sarah, go ahead.
When you say that you're modeling your game after guys like Smart, Caruso, defensive guys like that, what are you looking at when you watch those guys and saying like, okay, I can pick that up?
Yeah, you know, not from like a non-technical standpoint, like just their energy and how they approach the game and how they can affect the game, not necessarily like being, you know, ball dominant. That's number one. And number two, like more on the technical side, like where they are in help side, where they are, how they're communicating to their teammates defensively, if they're in the right spot. The NBA is the court. There's a lot more space, so I'm still trying to learn like where to be and to be in the right spot because it's a little different than college. So things like that, and I'll be watching the finals closely, watching Marcus Smart and studying his game the same way.
Ben?
The Jazz are pretty notorious for saying, you know, these draft workouts are a part of the puzzle, but they're not the whole puzzle. Of course, they have every play you've ever had in college. They've
Right.
watched it and they've seen it. What do you hope to show in these workouts that you haven't shown in college because of the system you played in, the style, etc.?
Yeah. Well, number one, just, you know, my personality. They just get to see who I am in person. Sometimes that doesn't really translate through film. Once again, how I approach the workout, you know, they get to just, you know, see me, interview me, see my vibe, see the type of person I am, what I bring to the court. So that's number one. And then number two, like you said, kind of like, you know, I'm not playing within a system anymore. So kind of just showcasing my playmaking ability without being in a college-like system.
All right, Eric.
Just wondering if you would mind telling us a little bit about yourself personally, kind of what your interests are off the court, things that catch your attention.
Yeah, well, number one, my new favorite TV show. Well, there's two new favorite TV shows that came out. One is Stranger Things 4, and the other one is Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm a big Star Wars guy. But probably the coolest thing that's going on in my life right now is that I co-wrote and narrated a movie called The Loyola Project. It's about Loyola's national championship team in the 1960s. They were the first team to break the color barrier. There was a rule in 1963 that you can only play three black basketball players at a time, but 4 if you were losing. And Coach Ireland, who was under scrutiny of losing his job, he said, "Forget that rule. I'm gonna play the best guys." And so the movie's just basically about the things they went through on and off the court. And so that movie's been traveling throughout the nation. It's already been seen by over 1 million people. It's been at different college campuses. So it's been fun to see like how a movie is made, for one, and then two, just the reactions and conversations that have come from that.
All right, I think we'll end on that. Thanks, everyone. Thanks.